Hello, everybody. Good evening. For those of you just coming to watch my show, I'm Kathy with Northstar Prepsteader, and I'm in West Central Minnesota. Today, I am in Northern Minnesota. So, yes, not my usual background. But hey, Alicia, Shady Hill, good evening to you. Dave, hi. Kiri, Lisa. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Excuse me. So good to see you. Bex, hello. Good evening to you all. So I don't have my regular computer glasses on. So I'm going to be going like this a lot so I can read. So I apologize for that. But anyway, yes, I am taking a little break up here in northern Minnesota. So I've got a little single unit here that I'm just taking a few days at. Little vacay here. And I was making mini pumpkin soaps. Fun? Oh, that is so great. Well, I'm sure you and Caitlin are having a good time. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, a faux fireplace. And I don't know if you can see outside. Probably not, but the trees are all turning. So right outside the front door, it's a lot of orange and gold trees. So it's very pretty. Hey, Michigan Daffodil. Yes, yay for the getaway. Absolutely. Truly a blessing. I slept in this morning, just totally relaxed. I watched a couple hours of Last Man Standing. I don't have cable at home, so it's like, wow, I can get all these channels. I could just watch a show for like all day long if I want to. And the last couple hours, I've been working a puzzle. This one, look at that. Isn't that pretty? A full reflection on it, so that's going to be kind of challenging. So I've got the frame done, and I'm starting to work on the sky up here. So I'm just going to kind of work on down because the lighting creates a glare and stuff. So I've been working a puzzle and watching Star Wars. Totally nerding out here, but just not doing any work, not answering phone calls, not, not having to worry about this getting done, that getting done. And so, yes, it is very much a blessing. Kiri, yes, here it is. I don't know about for you. We have it was still about 70 today. So I have this on for ambiance for you guys because, I have the air conditioning going. I got that turned down so I can have the heat going. But by Thursday, it's going to be turning cold, and we'll be down into the 20s by the end of the week. So, oh, thanks, Michigan Daffodil. I appreciate that. And thank you, Alicia. Son and girlfriend from South Korea visiting. So much fun, including. Oh, yes, family is great. That is so good. Your son and you do puzzles like you did with your dad. Very nice. Yep. I last winter, probably from like October through the end of December, somewhere there, I just worked all kinds of puzzles. I'd started when I was on vacation about the same time last year. And it was like, okay, I was working through a 500-piece puzzle in like 4 hours. And it was just like, phew. And I was like, oh, I need to do another one. And it's like, so it's just like, I went through, I don't know, 10 or 12 puzzles during that time. And my last one was a 1,000-piece puzzle with itty bitty teeny pieces. And I think that kind of broke me for a while. So, but I figured this is a good time to get a couple more, or I have some extras. But yes, I ended up turning the furnace on, Dave, too, last week, and I finally broke down. And it was just like when it was hitting the 30s at night, and I think we were topping at in the 50s or something, but it was just, when the house cannot get any warmer than 60 or 62, it's like turn it on for just a couple hours just to take the chill off, and I left it on when I left. Hey, Matt and Sarah. Oh, I went the opposite direction, you guys, from where you are. So I'm up north of Brainerd here. So it's been kind of nice. You still haven't put any blankets on your bed yet? Yeah, I do blankets kind of all year round. Oh, but I totally get it when it's so hot. You just can't put anything on there. So yeah, so I have this one, and then I have another one. Actually, you guys are sitting on top of my boxes, so I can't show you my boxes. But so this one has the reflection in it again, and then the other one that I have is also a reflection, but it is tropical beaches at sunset. So I've got palm trees and everything. So doing the winter one first, and then I'll do the tropical one when it starts turning cold. How's that? uh, hey, Patty, how are you doing this evening? So yes, I'm on a little vacation here. I didn't know if I was going to pop on or not, and I may not stay the full hour because, but we'll see. You guys need to just chat and stuff. Yes, Michigan Daffodil is, yes. Yeah, she is very outdoorsy. Because I didn't have a whole lot planned for today. But I've been harvesting. I harvested the rest of my tomatoes because we had a freeze. When was it? What's today, Monday? We had a freeze, I want to say maybe Thursday or something, Wednesday, Thursday. And so I had to get all the rest of the tomatoes off the plants. And so it was, you guys know I planted late this year, and so there wasn't a lot of time for the tomatoes to really grow and get big and ripen a lot. But I would say I got 2 big bowls. So I would say maybe 20 pounds of tomatoes total, which isn't much. I mean, I've had 100 to 200 pounds before, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll take what I can get. And some of them were very ripe and, at the soft stage, and others were just nice and firm and red. And then I had all the way to really green. So I've got a great variety. When I get home, I'll process all those, but they're in the fridge right now, and they should be fine until the dishes are done. Yay. Hello, hello. I know it's hard to type and interact when you're doing something else there. You have a little itty bitty baby bean. Oh, oh, how fun. I know. It's like no matter how many years that you've been gardening, and you put that seed in the ground and you watch it grow, and it just comes up and it turns into a plant and produces food. And it's like it's exciting every single year, and every single time we do that. We just have to focus on the next season of the excitement of planting and watching things grow, and kind of forget the stress and work of the harvesting because that'll come soon enough. It's like having a baby, right? It's like, okay, you watch it grow and everything, and then you go through the labor, and after that, some women it's right away, some it's a couple of years, but it's like you kind of forget about the pain of labor, and then it's like you're ready to do it again. So it's kind of like, um, anyway. Hey, JB, how are you? You love autumn. It looks like yes, I am. And it's great. It's a timeshare thing here, and we are. I'm probably half a mile from a lake, so it's easy to get to. and I just like today, I got in last night and just at dark, and so I just slept in and I've been relaxing all day today. I haven't done anything or gone anywhere. So I cooked and like I said, I'm working a puzzle, watching TV, and just stuff I just have no time to do when I get home or when I'm at home. So your mystery squash is starting to look like a butternut. Nice. Those are good ones. Um, Thank you, Michigan Daffodil. So, Alicia, all of your tomatoes have grown out nice and red. Oh, good. If they're red, bring them in. It depends on what you're going to do with them. Are you planning on trying to can any, Alicia, this year, or are they just for eating fresh? I don't know what your plans are with it. Um, if you're getting close to frost and all that kind of stuff, or freezing temperatures, if they have even begun to blush a little bit, they will turn very easily and still retain their flavor in the house. But I wouldn't keep them on so long that they start getting really soft on the plant, because then they're really susceptible to bugs and any disease that would come in there. So, yeah, once they're firm, bring them in. If you need them to get a little bit softer for fresh eating, just leave them out on the counter for a couple days and they'll be just fine. Um, oh, you have another 20. Okay. You brought those inside a week ago and they turned. Okay. Sorry, I didn't read it all. You have another 20 blossoms coming. I don't know if you're going to have enough light and warmth for those to do, but if they're little baby tomatoes and the freezing temperatures come, you can't do them anymore. Don't feel bad about pulling the plants and getting them all done. So, hmm. um, just watching. Oh, yeah, I know, Kiri. You guys have had some really, really wicked winters lately. Um, for your area, some very drastic things. And oh, they are inside your greenhouse. Okay. Dave, you always pick yours as soon as they blush all summer because of critters. Yep. There's some that want to get to them. And they could even be birds that want to land on them and peck into them, or the bees hit them, or different things get in there. So, oh, JV, that's nice. Very, very nice. Excuse me. I haven't talked to anybody all day. Not true. I did talk with one friend. They're going to come and visit on Thursday. Come visit me. So maybe another visitor on a friend on Wednesday and then one on Thursday. So that'd be kind of fun. In the meantime, I am just hiding out. So I even told my family at the last minute because it was like, I just want to be alone. Oh, but yes, this is my rejuvenation time, my time after, the last couple of years for sure, but the last year, this summer has been so crazy. And each one of us, my siblings and I, were all taking time just to get away and to just be and to recoup. And my brother, who lost his wife, is actually in Arizona right now, taking vacation time. And so, it's we all need this. We all need it to get rejuvenated. So this is my time, and I'm spending it with you guys. So I wasn't sure if I was going to get on or not, but anyway, um, hiding out is so good. Yep, it is definitely good. Um, there's one thing I went to. My sister-in-law's retirement party on Saturday, and I was talking to another person there, another family member, and had been she had lived in Oklahoma for a while and was knew a number of missionaries and things like that, and one of them um, is actually stationed now in Sri Lanka. And if you guys don't know where Sri Lanka is, you're welcome, Bex. Sri Lanka is an island that's right below the southern tip of India. So there's like a sea that separates them. It's not like a bridge type of close or anything like that. It's a little bit of a distance there. Sri Lanka is an island. It's about 25,000 square miles. So um, I don't know what your states are, but Minnesota is about 86 to 87,000 square miles. And so it would be between a third and a fourth of the size of Minnesota. So it's not that big. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can look something up. States in size. Give you an idea of what state would be comparable. West Virginia gives you an idea there. Yeah, that's for sure. Um, oh, thank you, Alicia. That's very, very sweet of you to say. Um, yes, it is definitely medicine for the soul, JB. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Donna, how are you? Yes, Bex. In I think it was 2004. I made a note here. Where was it here? Yes, 2004. That was a huge tsunami that hit India and killed hundreds of thousands of people. And but Sri Lanka got hit really hard. They lost 50,000 people. No, I'm sorry, 30,000 people were killed and displaced 500,000. So here you're on an island, you really can't escape anywhere. It's like you just you build super strong buildings and try to go vertical if you can or whatever. So it's really hard. Yeah, that was a really bad one. And then a year later we had Hurricane Katrina too. So yeah, the hurricanes have definitely been doing that. So anyway, out of their 25,000 square miles on their island, 4% is water, which would be any rivers, lakes, or anything. And 4% is not that much, considering they are surrounded by water. So they have a lot of different climates there. Just picture West Virginia, and that that amount of space and having a great variety of climates and stuff, or like land. There's some um obviously good rich land. There's some safari land. I didn't write it down, but I was trying to remember as I was reading through things. I think their highest elevation is only maybe 2,400 feet or something like that. So it's not like Hawaii that has a really, really tall um, mountain and in the volcanoes and different things like that. So it's not that high in elevation. So yeah, they can get hit pretty hard. Well, um, Sri Lanka used to be known as Ceylon. That's Ceylon, Ceylon. Now, if you guys have heard of that name before, that's where the best cinnamon comes from. So it's called Ceylon cinnamon, and which is really, really flavorful, great cinnamon if you can get a hold of that. It's a little more expensive, but it is really good cinnamon, and it comes from their island. So that's one of the things that they grow. Um, so where it is, oh yeah, it lies in the Indian Ocean, southwest of the Bay of Bengal and southeast of the Arabian Sea. So it's surrounded by seas in there. Um, let me see. They they were, oh my goodness, in their history, they're just because it's an island nation with some rich resources and everything, they have um, just been subject to many, many different invasions and ownerships and different things like that, leading parties and anyway, England, Britain owned them for not owned them, but they were a possession, I think, for a while. That's how they got their name under Ceylon, was under the British rule. But finally, in 1948, Sri Lanka um, made their independence. So that was February 4th. So we're July 4th, but February 4th, 1948, they became independent. They've had various ruling bodies since then. Um, there have been insurrections that have been happening since 1987. Uh, but there's been a lot of chaos and upheaval more recently, just in the last year. Starting um, in March, things really, really escalated. The nation started seeing a 300% inflation. They have an almost 80% unemployment rate. And because of, again, these ruling bodies, there's just continued mismanagement, corruption, economic crisis. And in June 2000, this summer in June, excuse me, the prime minister declared the collapse of the economy there. So that was just in June. The next month, in July, insurrectionists forced the resignation of the president, and they burned down the house of the prime minister. And then they got a new president through parliamentarian election. So if you have a parliament that's full of corruption and everything, they're going to vote in who they want. It's obviously not an election by the people. Um, so anyway, that was in July. They have a new one, and so don't know what's going to be happening now with that. However, because of the things that have been happening in the last few years, and especially this last year, the millions are in poverty. I mean, they used to be an incredibly thriving, wealthy country, and they just, because of some few bad people and the decisions that happened and the takeovers and different things like that, the country is just in shambles. And so people have resorted to growing their own food. They're tearing up all the landscaping that was done, all this beautiful stuff, and replacing them with gardens, vegetable gardens. They're finding any space to grow in. My I'll call her Mary, but she showed me a picture. She was showing me pictures of all the stuff going on in there, and that her missionary friend has sent over. Um, Most of their cars there are the smaller vehicles, just because they're on an island in parking spaces, and everything is at a premium. So they have like a lot of the smart cars, the small little dinky ones. So exactly, Michigan Daffodil. Yeah, I know. So Bex, you said you had the opportunity to visit Grenada. Oh, that just, I am such a patriot. So when you see things like that, it's like, oh my goodness, it touches me. So anyway, she showed me a picture of, there's like this parking lot. Well, first of all, there's no fuel. They can't get fuel in there, so nobody can drive anywhere. So if they're out of work, they don't have money either for all this. The cars are just sitting there. So one industrious person apparently got a few people to do this, but they turned their smart car over so it's sitting on its roof with the wheels in the air, kind of like a dead horse, just like with its wheels in the air, and they filled the undercarriage with dirt, and they're growing things out of it. And it showed like all these plants growing out of it. It almost looked like bamboo or something, but I don't think it would be that. But anyway, they're hey Julie, no problem. Um, Grammy Karen, hi. But it's they're growing food out of every single space that they can find. And those who live further out of the cities, in kind of a rural area, they have a lot more opportunity, of course, to be able to do this. But the people in the cities, when they're in these high rises and all the different things, they're having to get super creative, but they're also going very hungry too. Um, People, the women sit in lines for hours and hours to just get a little bit of kerosene so that they can cook with a little, burner type of thing. Um, you see, she showed me pictures of men and just horrendously long lines with their propane can to be able to wait for when the fuel shows up because nothing was there. And so when they can get some fuel, then they can get some propane and then they can cook. They don't have to really worry about heating their house because they're in a tropical thing, but at least to be able to cook. So um, people who are outside the city, um, yes, Michigan Daffodil, absolutely. um, People outside the city are cooking over wood fires. And, that's their form of cooking, where they used to be very well to do. And now that's what they're resorted to, or having to resort to. So, it's just like prayers for Sri Lanka, obviously. And it's, excuse me, oh, like I said, I'm just not using my voice here. Um, Prayers for them. But they're adapting, but it's extremely hard. So anyway, my friend Mary has actually done some fundraising, and she's um, sending some money over to this missionary, and they're able to buy bags, like big commercial bags of rice and beans and stuff, and distribute them, and to help the people there. But I asked her, I said, do they need seeds? And she goes, oh, yeah, probably always. But she wants to make a trip over there, but she has to wait until it's not so dangerous. Right now, it's really dangerous to get over there to fly and everything. But she's hoping to, by the end of possibly even November or by the end of December. And so, she has to wait. But I told her, I said, just let me know when you leave. I said, I know a community that always has lots and lots of seeds, and I'm sure they would be willing to donate a packet here or there that she could bring with her. So just a heads up. So you guys are just always amazing. Horse fan Katie. Hey, Caitlin. Yes, Kiri, it was a very, very rich country. Absolutely. Um, Not a particular, well, let me see. Do I still have it here? No, not any particular article. A lot of this information was just, she was telling me about this lady that I had a party this weekend. And so she was about all of this stuff. And the other information I was giving you about their history was just Wikipedia. So I was just giving you a little history. But all these other things, she was showing me the pictures, telling me um, the stories behind it and what's going on. But yes, just like in an instant, it just turned from the wealthiest country in the world to one of the poorest. And so, it happens, and they're not the first country it's happened to, and they're not going to be the last country that happens to. So anyway, if you have seed packets or whatever left over from this last year that that you probably aren't going to plant next year, something that you don't absolutely need for your family, I will let you know if and when she's able to go over. And if you guys want to just set them aside, and then if I get the go ahead, you guys can just ship them to me. Just mail them to me to my PO, and we can send her some seeds if you guys would like to do that. Um, oh, buffering. My internet's not that great here, so um, hopefully, I mean, because even when I'm like on my phone and stuff, it's kind of like in and out. So if you guys are buffering, I'm so sorry. Um, Recently, the borders were closed. You couldn't fly there. Yes. Yeah. That's where she's like, oh, Michigan Daffodil. I'm so sorry. Maybe it can. Maybe on the replay it'll be better. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything freezing up on my end, but if it gets really bad, I'll set it up again. But um, close out and can. Okay, okay, good, good. So if you guys can refresh or different things like that, that'll be great. Thank you. So Bex, you didn't mean to have a successful career. You developed a chapter of the American Cross in your home county. Dreamed of buying a couple of steel-toe boots and Levi's, set out to help. So cool. Oh, that's so great. Yes. Yes, things are closed in Sri Lanka right now. Like I said, Mary told me it was very dangerous to go there, but she's, like I said, sending a little money as she can through, to help them out. But she really wants to go over there and bring things with her because, in those kind of countries, you don't know if you send something if it's going to make it to who it needs to go to. So, but anyway, just wanted to, that was just on my heart to really share about Sri Lanka and, and what was going on. Um, yeah, but even those who are out in the rural areas, if they're cooking over wood fire all the time, and there are 22 million people on this island. So look, okay, again, the size of West Virginia, think of 22 million people in West Virginia. That's a lot of people, and a lot of people that don't have food, and a lot of people who are trying to, and they're going to be running out of wood pretty soon to be able to even do that. So hopefully they can be growing bamboo. That's a very fast growing renewable resource that they can use for cooking and different things. So I know that, Julie. So they would probably have to be sealed packets that were purchased rather than just a bag of seeds or something. So, but I will let you guys know. I just wanted to give you a heads up to see if there would be a willingness to even do that. And it's oh, okay, Dave. Well, um, oh, Katie, that sounds fun. Caitlin, sorry, that sounds really fun. Um, so, but yeah, she when it's safer, she will do that. So yeah, Sri Lanka is, like I said, 22 million people. Um, it's a multinational state, so it's home to very diverse cultures, languages, and ethnicities. There you go. I wanted to add an extra syllable in there. um, but so they had the highest ranked South Asian nation in terms of development and per capita income in all of South Asia. And now they just said the collapse of their economy, the collapse of the currency, rising inflation, and a humanitarian crisis created a severe shortage of essentials. And so, anyway, um, oh, you're welcome, Bex. Another thing to just kind of keep in mind for, um, yes, we grow to have good food. We grow to help out our budgets. We grow to have food in case of, you know, losing a job, in case of all of this kind of stuff, as to prepare for those times. And it it this just kind of brings home the importance of another another reason for it to be important, right? And those of you, I know Matt and Sarah, you guys are just rocking it. And between veggies and fruit and animals, and you guys are doing great. I don't know if you anybody saw or follow them on Instagram, but um, uh, Sarah put up a picture the other day of their homemade chicken noodle soup. Everything homemade in there. The chicken from them, the broth, homemade noodles made with the eggs that came from their chickens. I know you didn't make your flour, but that's okay. And the vegetables in there, of course the broth that they made. I think I said that already, but it looks so delicious. And that it gives you such an incredible feeling when you can put something on the table, as you guys all know who garden and everything, that you can create something like that. And I've made what I call garden vegetable soup before. So it's like tomato base with all kinds of vegetables thrown in there and that come from the garden, and I just can that up and pressure can it, and then you've got this jar of wonderful, wonderful um, homemade super vegetable soup. And it's just like your own carrots and peas and beans and everything that's in there, onions and all this stuff. And it's just like, again, so rewarding to pull that off the shelf and you just have something nutritious. So you're welcome, guys. Hey, Jay, how are you? Get the eggs from the chicken before you cut up the chicken. That is a great tip. Yes, very important. I know, Michigan Daffodil, right? Oh, it's just great. It's so good. Your hubby loves your homemade sweet and sour meatloaf with onions. Yep. Yep. So, anyway, yeah, I pre-cooked a whole bunch of food to bring for this week. So I've got a lot of my own things. I am going to go out to eat once though, but some of my friends will be coming, so I've got food ready to cook. I think soup is going to be in the mix here for me sometime this week too. But you like to can soup to have on hand when yeah, exactly. Exactly. Nothing better than some good old chicken soup too. Very much so. But otherwise, that was kind of my story today on Sri Lanka. So I don't have anything else really to talk about, but so you guys want to open up any subjects here. You like mushroom soup? Ooh, that is good too. Donna, you're dehydrating your homegrown carrots now. Homegrown acorn squash. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So good. Truth to the old saying that homemade chicken soup, old style that is, will knock down a cold. Yeah, absolutely. That bone broth is super, super good. Absolutely. Um, oh, thank you, Bex. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's just for those of you who come on. Oh, yeah, Grammy Karen, you came on a little bit later. Yes, thank you. Yes, I have my faux fireplace in there, and I am in northern Minnesota. I'm about 2.5 hours north of where I live, and I am taking some time to just relax. I got here last night and I slept in, and I've watched some TV, and I'm working a puzzle, and I've got a couple good books here. So it's just a totally chill weekend, even though in this gorgeous area, and I will get out and about and, just get some fresh air and see the sights. But it's, it's my recovery kind of week in the way of of, you know, after everything that we've been through in the last, especially this summer, it's just been I needed this time. So yeah, yeah, thank you. So tuna casserole with mushroom soup. Yes, that's very good too. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Yeah, it's a beautiful place out. All the trees are turning. So my drive up here was just so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. It's just like orange and red and yellow and of course still some green, and then you get the dark green of the conifers, you know, the pine trees and everything. And it's like it was so beautiful driving up, and it was like, oh, it was such a joy. And just one of those drives that I could just like take my time and just enjoy it and get here. And I didn't push myself at all to, you know, so it was wonderful. I will, Jay, absolutely. So, great time to get into the Word of God. Yep, absolutely. Have some prayer time here. So, um, but it was windy this morning. It's quiet right now, but it's getting dark. But yes, so it's a little, that is a sleeper sofa, but I do have a one bedroom here. There's the kitchen unit, and that's the front door. And then this goes down steps to the parking lot area. There's trees right out the front. Right on your other side here, there's, I don't know if I can quick turn you around. Boop. Out the front there is, see, you can see yourself in here. Uh, there's a deck, and then there's some chairs and table out there, and it's the trees all out there, and then the lake is that direction. So anyway, yeah, yeah, it's really, it's quiet, it's nice, it's you know, it's in good condition, so it's pretty, it's really nice. So anyway, so what do you guys have planned for this coming week? I mean, I know what my plans are for this week, but and then what have you been doing? What have you been up to? I didn't ask you guys that earlier. So, are you done with all your preserving, or are you still hot and heavy in the middle of it? Do you still have a lot left in your garden to pull out? I know Matt and Sarah were just clearing out their garden, and I, you know, from the last video, I have not had a chance to watch it yet, but I'm sorry, you guys. I've been watching Star Wars. I never get to watch that at home. I don't have cable at home, so it's like, yes, I am a Star Wars nerd. Buttercup squash, yes, it's very, very good. Absolutely. Preserve something every day. Good goal. Absolutely. You guys, preserving doesn't mean, oh, getting the pressure canner out and having that done and everything. It can be, you know, jams or jellies. It can be dehydrating. It can be, you know, just, you know, yeah, water bath or pressure canning. It can be making cheese. I mean, there's just so many. You can be freezing, you know, blanching and freezing. It can be, there's so many different ways that you can do that. So your wife's birthday is Wednesday. Town-wide yard sale is Saturday and Sunday. Oh, ooh, leek soup and fermented some hot sauce. Ooh, well, say happy birthday to Monique for me. Absolutely. Well, Kiri, I think the goats will be happy then. You also have some dormant bushes to get in the ground, garlic and sunchokes. Okay. Yes, garlic planting is definitely now, right? You're freezing all your tomatoes will can this winter. Good idea. Yep. Oh, that's right. You guys have early Thanksgiving in Canada. Oh, that'll be nice. Oh, you're welcome, Dave. Yeah. I haven't seen her for a long time on any of your videos. For a while, she was doing some different things, but I I don't maybe she just didn't like doing it, or I know you guys have been so busy too. But anyway, so what else is going on in Minnesota? Um, yeah, we just have there've been, you know, warm days, cold days, things coming through, the leaves are changing. There are 3 trees around my house that were probably half gold but when I left on Sunday, and I'm sure that when I get home, they will be all bare and all the leaves will be on the ground. So kind of miss that. You can vinegar beans. Now, is that like a ferment or is that? I'm not familiar with vinegar beans, Donna. You'll have to explain. I'm not familiar with that. Um, so, has anybody here actually made baked beans that you've put together and you've canned? I'm not a fan of baked beans myself, so I've never done it. Um, the closest I think you that I've come is making red beans and rice to have fresh, not to can or anything. But oh, Michigan daffodil, you have okay. So baked beans, yeah. And you know, and what kind of sauce? You've cooked them a lot. Okay. I was just wondering if anybody's done that. I know there's such a there's like 2 camps for canning beans, you know, and having them all pre-cooked. One is just to throw the beans in there, fill it up like halfway or something, and then water, and then just have them just cook them out, and then they kind of expand as you pressure can them. Um, and then the other way is to cook them part way and and then put them in the jars with fresh water and stuff like that. So just was wondering what you guys have done, if you have. I have not cooked beans, you know, in a jar, just because. And I know I need to do some to have some, but it's nothing that I use a lot. The most I will do is put some small red beans in chili, and that'll be it. Because I grew up not liking baked or any beans of any sort, so dried beans. But I've gotten to eating red beans and rice, using the kidney beans there, and then I use small red beans in chili. But I know that there's, oh, Julie, you have a white, is it white chicken chili or something? It's white beans and chili and all that kind of. Now I'm gonna make you all hungry. You're gonna like, oh, I need to go make white chicken chili. I know you. You canned baked beans with ground beef. Oh, that would be a good addition. Okay. Do you put hunks of bacon in there too, then, or ham or anything? Um, Donna says the recipe is 1 cup vinegar, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of salt. So vinegar, sugar, salt. Oh, and green beans. Okay. Not dry beans. And boil for 30 minutes. Put beans in jar. Add boiling water. Okay. So then, Donna, are those? Do you can that, or is it refrigerator ones or something? Wait, I think you did say you canned them before. Are you to preserve something every day? Let me see what you said. Oh, you canned them. Okay, you canned them. Okay. Hey, Gail, no worries. Okay, well, that's so nice that you have them so close. Absolutely. You had stuffed peppers. Oh my goodness. And your pantry, guys, is looking so fantastic. It really is. Salt pork instead of bacon. Okay. You need to try stuffed peppers. Yes. Ooh, yeah. I've got a couple peppers left in the fridge from my garden. I should try that. I didn't even think about doing that and bringing them with, but they're still in the fridge and they'll be good when I get home. I'll have to remember that. Stuffed peppers. Some of those things that I fail to remember when I'm like trying to think of meals. And I always default to my simple things, that are quick. So the recipe didn't say can or water bath. Probably because of the vinegar. It's almost like they'd be pickled then. The boiling water seals the jars. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now that you have fixed your mom's pressure canner. Okay. Have you never canned green beans then, Gil? Those are like one of the first things I do each summer. It's like, oh, the green beans are here. Pull out the pressure canner. You've canned stuffed cabbage casserole. Ooh. Ooh. So you guys are all so creative. Do you have what are some of the more unusual things that you want to do yet? And maybe this season or something? Like a certain recipe, just like Michigan Daffodil, you were saying a stuffed cabbage casserole that you can that up. What are some things that you want to do? Okay, Gil, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Like I've done, like, chicken dinner type of things. I've done, one of the better ones was a sweet and sour chicken. And so that one was really good to heat it up and then just pour it over. I mean, I'll eat that just plain, but you can, put that over rice and stuff. So it's got the pineapple and everything in there all ready to go. And sorry, I was just reading, trying to catch up on the chat. So I've done sweet and sour chicken. I've done some of those things, but you guys get really creative. Got the recipe on Old Alabama Gardener. Oh, he is fantastic. He's, you guys want to know stuff. He's definitely one to follow. Absolutely. What else was it? Oh. Well, Dave, glad you're sticking around. That's good. Yeah, I want to be able to, get a few different meal type of things going in there. And, I've always been, except for a few experiments and things like that, I'm typically an ingredient canner. And so I'll have like, diced tomatoes or whole tomatoes, or I'll have tomato sauce, and I'll have, all these plain green beans, and I'll have jars of chicken and pork and beef and different things like that, where I can take them and put them together in whatever concoction I want to have. But I have not really taken the time to get more creative than the sweet and sour chicken. And that was actually really good. So, but those are all in quarts, which is a lot for me. I mean, it's definitely 2 meals worth. And sometimes if it doesn't taste quite as good as I'd want it to, the other half of the quart sits in the fridge, and then, how that goes. But anyway, it's so it'd be interesting to find what you guys, candied carrots. Okay. Yeah, and I know, the ball books definitely are full of all kinds of recipes. There's a lot of other cookbooks or canning books out there, different preservation type of things. And so I've got a lot of canned goods on my shelves. I need to be pulling them off and using them more. But like I said, I'm coming into a different season of life here. And so that will be a little easier to do and a little more intentional, I think, in that way. So make taco or quesadillas with it. Ooh, that sounds really good. Chicken in a taco sauce. Oh, that sounds great. So it's all ready to go. Ah, I like that. That is a good one. Candied carrots. Yes, I did carrots a couple of years ago. Um, there was a recipe I came across that was like mint carrots, and so it was garlic and mint, and I actually used mint from my garden. Garlic and mint and something else in there. Um, but yeah, there's all kinds of different things you can get, different flavors and everything. You want to can a lot of sauces. Ah, so what kind of sauces, Julie? White sauce or just a whole variety of things that you can get? Okay. Um, oh, canning them after opening the jar. You can certainly do that too. The sauce could reconstitute bland freeze-dried meat. Oh, okay. That is a good idea. Okay. I have made barbecue sauce and canned that. So I've definitely done that. I've made ketchup in the past, that type of thing. But it's really, really, I make barbecue sauce with my own canned tomato sauce from the garden. And so I take that tomato sauce as a base, make up my barbecue sauce, and then I can that. So it's like twice canned tomatoes. It's like twice baked potatoes. Buffering again. Okay. Well, guys, it's almost time here, so I'm just kind of babbling and rambling on anyway. So it was really, really good to see everybody. Um, and I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my time here, and we will see all of you next week. And I see we're giving each other a lot of great ideas, right? So you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope, and see you next Monday. Good night.